Namaste. Hope you are all keeping fine. Very recently, one of my friends had asked me the recipe of Amla Pickle. So I gave her the recipe and she had sent me the photograph of the pickle after making it. So I thought, why not make this pickle and show it to all of you. So today, along with the Amla Pickle, I am planning to show another interesting item, that is the Amla Wine. Now this amla or the Indian gooseberry or nellika as we call in Malayalam is a pack house of so many nutrients, mainly iron and vitamin C. So let us first start with the amla pickle. For that we will have a quick look at the ingredients. So here I have taken around 1 kilo of amla. This has been washed thoroughly and patted dry. So for this 1 kilo, I have taken around 50 grams of red chili powder, around 100 to 120 ml of gingelly oil, then around 150 grams of salt. Then we need around 1 teaspoon of methi powder, that is ulua powder, and 1 teaspoon of asafoetida powder, that is hing or kayam powder. Both this kayam and this fenugreek, it has been roasted first and then powdered. As I always tell you, I keep it like this in the fridge so that it comes in very handy when we make any type of achar. And of course we need some mustard seeds. I have taken around 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds for this purpose. Now the first thing that we have to do is to make the amla ready for making the pickle. So it can be done in many ways. Generally we adopt 3 methods. I'll just show you. So today I have pressure cooked this amla for 2 whistles. Then I have deseeded them and cut it into small pieces like this. So this is a instant achar. And you can start using the achar right from day 2 itself. And especially for old people, the amla is so soft that they can also have it. The other method is you can take a kadhai, put some oil in that, and put the amla inside that oil and gently give it a toss for around 8 to 10 minutes. And then you just allow it to cool. And then you can again deseed it like this and cut it into small pieces, or you can keep the amla as it is. Don't deseed and keep it as it is. So in that case, maybe the shelf life is a little better that way, but then the amla takes a lot of time to mix with the other ingredients. Mix with the masalas and to become soft. So anyway, whichever way you make the achar, it is always better to keep it in the fridge, because this doesn't have much shelf life, as much shelf life as the normal lemon pickle. So talking of the lemon pickle, I will give you the link in the description box. You can just have a look. So after making this amla ready for the pickle, the method of making the pickle is exactly the same. So let us get on to that. So for that, I'll just pour some oil in the kadhai. So these are just estimates. If you want that your pickle should be very hot, in that case you can add in some more chili powder. But then this one thing that you have to take care is this oil and the salt. It should be a little towards the higher side, because these are the 2 preservatives, natural preservatives that prevent your achar from getting spoiled. So let it become hot. So now the oil is hot. I'll put the mustard seeds into it. Now you can see that the mustard is spluttering. I'll just switch this off. I'll just allow it to rest for some time. Meanwhile, we will add the other ingredients to this pickle. First I am adding this asafoetida powder or hing or cayenne powder to it. And then the feneugreek, that is the uluva powder. And I will be adding the salt also to it. I'll give it a mix. Now I am adding the chili powder to it. I put the chili powder only after some time because if I add the chili powder when it is very hot, this chili powder color will turn black. So now I'll transfer this into the kadhai. So now I have transferred everything into this kadhai and I will mix it thoroughly. So our achar is ready. We generally make achar in this particular style only because if we add water to it, it might spoil your achar. But of course, we have to use water for kadhai achar. That is totally different achar. I will get back to that later on. But other than that, for most of the achars, we generally avoid water. So that's it. Our achar is ready. So as I told you before, you can start using it from day 1 or maybe from day 2. And it is better that you keep this in the fridge. Let us start with our gooseberry wine or Amla wine. We call it the Nelika Arishtam in Malayalam. So Arishtam, it is actually a tonic that we can have it for medicinal purpose. So for that, here I am taking around 1 kilo of gooseberry, and for that I am taking 1 kilo of jaggery, or we call it sharkara. This I have gently crushed it so that it mixes well with the gooseberry. Now I have taken some spices like the dalchini or the cinnamon sticks. We call it the patta in Malayalam. Then I had taken around 4 to 5 of this cardamom, ilaichi or elakya, and then some cloves or long, and then this is the star aniseed. We call it the takkolam in Malayalam, and I guess it is called the chakraful in Hindi. So this I will gently crush it and roughly crush it like this so that it gives a nice flavor to our wine. And now comes this wheat grains. So this is purely optional because it gives a intoxicative effect to our wine. So in case you plan to give this as a arishtam to young children, it is better that you avoid this wheat grains, or else you can add it. I have just taken a handful, that's all. To make a wine, we have to take some things into consideration, that everything that is used here should be dry. It should be completely free of moisture. That is the ladle that I am using, and the jar. Here I have taken a glass jar for this purpose. So it is always better that you use a glass mason jar, or you can even use chinaware for that purpose. But anyway, it has to be dry. And here the amla also that I have taken is washed thoroughly and patted dry completely with a towel. Now the method is simple. We have simply to layer this and arrange. I'll just show you. I'll start with this. I'll put a layer of jaggery at the bottom. Here my hands are clean and dry, so I'll be using my hands. You need not deseed it, you need not cut it into pieces. I'll be just adding the gooseberry like this. I'll again add the jaggery. Now I'll add some wheat grains. This you can do it in a different style also. You can just take a cloth, you can put the entire grains into that cloth. You can just make a bundle and then keep it inside this. But here anyway we have to sieve it after some time. So I am putting the grains as it is. So I am just putting some wheat like this, and I'll be adding the spices also. So these spices, they give a special flavor and smell to our wine. So we have to keep repeating this process. So now I have finished doing this. I have packed it in layers. You can see that this is coming only till this level. If you are making Amla wine in a larger quantity, you take another jar for putting the remaining things, because when this ferments, it will form some gas, and it might just overflow. So it is always it is better to keep this till half, or maybe maximum up to 3/4. Now I'll just give it a shake like this. So here you can see that I have not added any water. So this jaggery and the amla, they will react with each other, and finally wine will be formed after maybe keeping it for 1.5 to 2 months. So right now what we have to do is we have to close this tightly with this lid, and I'm just using a clean cloth like this and just tie it, and I'll just tie it like this. So now after maybe 2 days, you should use a clean ladle and gently stir it, and again close the lid tightly and do this arrangement. So keep doing this after 2 to 3 days till 1.5 to 2 months, and by that time this amla, it will shrink in size, and there will be hardly anything in the amla other than the seed. So at that stage what you have to do is you have to separate the amla from the wine, and you have to sieve the wine from and you have to sieve the wine, and then you have to transfer it to another jar. So that's it. That's the only thing you have to do while making the wine. But make sure that this jar or this ladle that you are using, it should be meant only for this. What I mean is, you should not use this ladle for mixing this wine and then use it for mixing some of your curries and all that. Even if you wash it thoroughly and all that, but still it is always better that you keep a mason jar or a chinaware, whatever, and this ladle specifically for making wine. Now our wine is, the process of making the wine is ready. I covered it with a cloth. Now one thing we have to take care is we have to keep this mason jar in a dark corner of your cupboard. This is because I have used a glass jar for this purpose, and the idea is to prevent light from falling on it. in case you are using a China ware or a bharani that we call in Malayalam, you can keep it anywhere. So I will show you the wine that I have made some months back. I don't remember. So this is the wine. So I'll just show you like this. The remaining wine is over. So I'll just pour it. So this is dark in color because I use jaggery for this, but then you can use even sugar for this purpose. But I suggest it is better that you use jaggery because health wise also jaggery and amla combination is better. So that's it. Let me just take a sip. Oh, it's very tasty. So I hope you will all give it a try, and please don't forget to send me your feedbacks, because these feedbacks and comments, they inspire me to make more interesting videos. So that's all for the time being. I'll be back with similar videos very soon. Till then, take care and have a nice day. But yes, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Tata.